Good morning. I'm having my oatmeal and drinking my tea. I'm having a late start. It's like 9:30 now. But I have a shorter day today-ish. I don't know. We'll see how fast I can go today. I really needed that sleep. I was pretty beat yesterday. I was really sore. I mean, just between going to the museum and then just all the miles I've been doing every single day. Really looking forward to a shorter day today. Good morning. I'm hoping to camp today at the Robin Hood Inn. So that's in about 10 miles or so. And I was looking on the map and it looked like I could get back to the trail if I just continued on this road and then I took a right, and it should rejoin the trail, I'm thinking. So I'm skipping a couple little steps of the trail, but I mean, I'm not really adhering too vigorously to the trail on this trip. This isn't going to be for any kind of completion certificate. This is just me walking through the English countryside, I guess, and enjoying some Roman sights along the way. All right, we're back on track. Ooh, slippery. One thing that surprised me about this trail is how much road walking you end up doing. I mean, at least there's a sidewalk on this one, but I feel like that's not always the case, and that's not something I was expecting. I mean, I expected at the beginning there to be, but there's so much, like, even in the middle. Well, that was a nice lunch break. I had a tuna sandwich, tomato soup, and a Coke. I was able to use the Wi-Fi, which is actually decent, and I was able to upload most of the video anyway. And I actually was able to get on to the Robin Hood Inn website and book a campsite for tonight. So that is a relief because their website had been down for months. I was able to book, so that's good. I did see they didn't have any rooms left for tonight, but at least I got a campsite, so I had somewhere to stay. There's so much road walking in this section, and this road is technically part of the trail, I guess, but it wasn't marked. I had to check far out to make sure this is the way to go, and there's no shoulder, nowhere to walk. You're basically like walking in the road, so if a car came, I don't know, kind of screwed. I guess I could maybe squeeze over on the side here, but well, we're finally back into the woods. How about that? This is a rarity. Pretty cool. Makes it feel a little bit more homey. Well, that was fun while it lasted. So the wall is wider here because they built the wall from east to west, and when they got to around this point, I guess they realized it was taking too long, so they decided to make it narrower. So yeah, that's why this piece is extra wide. And the sign was saying something about how they were taking stones from it to build houses nearby, and this one guy who was like walking it in like 1801 stopped them from doing that. So I guess that's maybe how that one little piece was saved. Well, so far so good with my sealskins waterproof socks. I've been walking through wet grass all day, and you can see my shoes are soaked, but my feet are still mostly dry. Yeah, we're walking alongside our ditch again. I was wondering if we were going to see anything roaming, because there really hasn't been much today. There's been a lot of road walking and walking through fields. I guess that made today the best day to be walking in the rain, because there's not a whole lot to see anyway, so you're just kind of trudging through it. Uh-oh. We've got a diversion. 115-meter sign posted that away. Okay. Okay. A good thing about this temporary diversion is it puts you through the woods. All right. It's a nice trail. Oh my gosh, blueberries. Pretty good. There's just bushes and bushes of them. Oh my god. If I had all the time in the world, I would stop and just gather a bucket of them. Alright, we're back on the regular trail. That was a pretty long diversion. Maybe about a mile. It really started coming down. The socks are finally starting to soak through. Yay, pub! So, while I was at the Errington Coffee House, it was like 4:20, and I guess they were closed technically at 4, and I didn't know that. So I was like the last customer to leave, and as I was packing up to go, one of the ladies, who I guess was maybe a friend of somebody that worked there, asked like where I was staying tonight, and I said the Robin Hood, and she said, well, we're going that direction anyway, like why don't we give you a ride? And she seemed really nice, and it was very tempting to do that, and I did, because it's still raining pretty good. As you can see, there's rain on my tent right now, and just the prospect of walking through more fields in the wet grass and becoming even more wet by the time I got to camp, setting up a wet tent on a wet field in the rain, I couldn't pass it up. So I did that, and they actually drove me around Corbridge, which is a really cool kind of medieval looking town, and I got to see like a castle, and then they dropped me off at the Robin Hood Inn. The Robin Hood people said I could just set up my tent, and then I have a dinner reservation at 7, so I'm gonna go in and get second dinner and get checked in for the campsite. This is so nice to just get here and get set up and get dry, and then I have a big day tomorrow, so the more rest I can get tonight, the better. The sun is getting dim. Will we pay for who we've been? Yeah.